All right, so here's what we're gonna have going on here. This that I've got in the back right there, that's copper sulfate. I've just got a lot mixed up because then I can use it for every class. So we're gonna put a little bit of that in a beaker. And that's about all we'll need. So this is copper sulfate, which means there's two ions in it, the copper ions and the sulfate ions, because those are in solution. The other thing that I'm going to add to it, so these are our reactants. One reactant is the copper sulfate. The other reactant is an iron nail. Right there. So that's the other reactant, is iron. So when I put this in here, a chemical reaction is going to happen. We're just going to set it up for now, and then we'll look at it again after you guys do your teaching, your reaction type teaching. The one that I have back here, right there, that I set up on Monday. What day is it today?
Thursday.
Okay, 4 days ago. That's when I set up 4 days ago, and I just left it sitting there. So we'll see what this one looks like after, 20 minutes or so after. It's not exactly rusty. It created a new product. Chemical reaction happened. Those reactants are changing into different products. So, okay, let's let that and just set that go. Actually, let's do this. Add what reaction's going on here. What were our reactants? What went in there? Do you remember? Iron was one of them because that was the nail.
Copper sulfide.
And the other one was copper sulfate, which looks like this. So those are the reactants. Those are the reactants, the things that are going in. But a chemical reaction is happening, so there's something different being made from those two reactants other than what we put in. And we can see that when we look and we see that the solution's a little bit different color, especially right next to the nail. Did you see how it's kind of like growing fuzzies on the nail? Did you notice that? Yeah or no? Either way, when we wrap it up here, which hopefully we'll have enough time. I think we should have enough time for other demos. When we wrap it up and you're leaving, make sure to come look at this again. And then I'll leave this one going, and then next hour we'll start a new one, the next hour we'll start a new one. But notice on there how there's stuff, it looks like it's growing on that iron nail. So that's one of the products being produced. Bryson?
Are those copper crystals?
Yeah, so let's make a guess. Let's predict what our products are. So you think one of them is copper? Yeah, that's one of our products. Copper metal. The stuff that's forming there.
Guys, can you be quiet?
The stuff that's forming there is copper metal. That fuzzy looking stuff that's actually forming on the nail is copper metal. So if copper metal is one of the products, well, look what else we have left there. What's going to be that other product? Well, here's our two ions left we need to account for is the iron and the sulfate. So the other product is going to be iron sulfate. That's the solution that looks a little bit less blue. So the copper metal, you can see that because it's actually forming around that nail. The iron sulfate, that's the other product. That's the solution that we can see there that's less like really aqua teal blue than the copper sulfate that we started with. So look at this reaction. What kind of reaction is this? What type? What is it? Yeah, single displacement. We've got one pair here, and then one on its own, and that one on its own is swapping places, is replacing or displacing one of those that was in the pair. So this is an example of a single displacement. Make sure you do come and take a look at it. As with the different ones, we've got that one we set up that was, 40 minutes ago? Something like that. And you can see all the little fuzzies starting to grow on it. That's the copper. And you can see the yellowish color of the iron sulfate solution. This is the one that's an hour beyond that. You can see all that copper forming on it. And that's the one from Monday, 4 days ago. That you can see all the actual copper metal forming on there. And the yellow of the iron sulfate solution.
Orange with it.
Yeah, orange.
I would go along with you.
And that's the copper sulfate solution before adding anything to it.